Good morning. I'm currently sitting in my high school right now. There is a teacher currently yelling at students, which means that this time is Etalks. So, welcome to Etalks. Now, Etalks, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about two of my favorite books today. We're going to talk about Fahrenheit 451 and The Children of Men. Now, why would we want to talk about these books specifically? Well, both of these books express radical ideologies that the young youth should hear, especially today, as a heat of warning. So, these ideologies are fascism, inequality, and the act of taking action. Now, let's get into this. So, fascism. What is it? Well, if you think back to World War II, Hitler ran Germany like a dictatorship, right? You didn't have really much say as a democratic society in what you wanted to do. It wasn't a democracy. It was inequality. Now, fascism is very prominent throughout both books, and some more than others in a way. And I'll get into why. So, in Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury based his entire novel around the fascist act of burning books during the Cold War. Now, the fascist groups didn't actually burn books, but they burned artwork. And Bradbury, as an artist of literacy, wrote about how it'd be stupid if somebody came up and started burning all these books that have documented so much of our history and our lives, right? And he kind of expresses that throughout Fahrenheit 451. And in Children of Men, it's very blatantly obvious that it's based around fascism, like a fascist society, because of the fact that Zan himself has taken over as leader and has been intoxicated with power, as quoted right here. Quote, "With Karl dying, the council was leaderless. For a time, at least, he must take Zan's place. There were evils to be remedied, but they must take their turn. He could not do everything at once. There had to be priorities. Was that what Zan had found? And was that sudden intoxication of power that Zan had known every day of his life?" And that's a beautiful line that P.G. James wrote, because it really does kind of express how intoxication really can consume somebody. And it's really a big toll on that person. And so both Fahrenheit 451 and The Children of Men express their fascist ideologies in a different way, but nonetheless, they express fascism. The next topic I want to talk about is inequality. Inequality is shown throughout both books in different forms. Bradbury focuses on the more fascist side of inequality, in which a society as a whole is divided due to this illegalization of books. However, Captain Beatty states, we must all be alike. Not everyone is born free and equal. As the Constitution says, that everyone made equal, each man the image of every other, then all are happy. For there are no mountains to make them cower to judge themselves against. So, a book is a loaded gun in the house next door. Burn it, take the shot from the weapon. And so, as a reader, I experienced this shock, because what Beatty is basically saying is that the act of burning books, from his mindset and from society's mindset and the Constitution, is that burning books is actually saving inequality, when in reality we learn that it causes more inequality, because those who love books still don't agree with this act of illegal books, right? They're still harboring books, and they don't get a say in what their thought process is because it's illegal and the government doesn't care, which makes this a fascist kind of society along with an unequal society in Fahrenheit 451. Now, in The Children of Men, at this very start of the book, we already know that there's inequality, and we see this more and more throughout the book as we explore the rebels, we explore the immigrants, we explore all these different societal groups. And so the immigrants are not getting jobs. They're not giving them the right amount of respect that they deserve as humans. And it's causing immense grief on society in that respect. So it's a lot of work load on the government, and not to mention it's a lot of harm done to those who have immigrated. So it's a really hard thing to deal with. So inequality really shines throughout both of these books. And finally, I want to talk about the drastic actions in hope. Now, this is a little weird topic to talk about. Why would I talk about fascism, inequality, and then hope in two books that express a political outcry? Well, the reason why is because in the end of both of these books, they express a form of hope in which both of these main characters take action and solve their problems. And it's speaking to us as a society that we need to take our actions and we need to do something with them, right? I need to do something about world hunger, inequality, fascism, right? That's what they really want to express. Just like in Fahrenheit 451, Montague realizes that he needs to take the reins of his life. He can't listen to what society has to say anymore. So he takes his action, kills Beatty, and runs off. And in The Children of Men, Theo himself, through the hopelessness of the infertility of men, sees a glimpse of hope in Jules. And he arises to the situation and takes action to make sure that this baby happens and that society continues to strive and be fruitful. And that is beautiful, right? Talking about these fascist groups, talking about inequality, big world issues that we face every day, and then bringing hope to them. That can't be more inspiring. And so that's why Fahrenheit 451 and The Children of Men both share this ideology, is because they both want to bring hope to this dystopian future. They both want to bring this idea that things can change for society. Basically, to wrap things up, we talked about fascism, we talked about inequality, and we talked about the act of taking action. And how both books really do express this in a beautiful way. You know, everyone was gathered as a society a long time ago to try and rid of inequality, the World Peace Act, basically. And the fact that we still have issues today in our society, even though we think we fixed them, really brings out Bradbury's idea of Fahrenheit 451. We think we solved an issue, but really we might have just created another one. And then in The Children of Men, inequality that we see in Children of Men really speaks true to us today. You know, there are immigrants that don't have a lot of food, don't get a lot of the resources that they need. So both of these books really do speak to the message. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. And I hope you enjoyed, because I sure did doing this project. Thanks.